The 4-day summer concert event has a lot going for it, but you actually only want to play one day of this event. The last one, let me explain why. Well, to understand why, we need to know what's going down during the event. So this event is going to be Saturday, July 19th to Tuesday, July 22nd, only happening from 5 to 8 p.m. those days. So yeah, it's not all day like normal events. It's only a specific time frame each day. This event is an overlapping event as well, and it will overlap with the last 2 days of the water festival and the first day of the Ultra Unlock Steel and Scales event. And this is going to lead to an amazing tip you need to follow and why you want to play the last day. Nonetheless, event bonuses, lure modules will be lasting 1 hour during the event and attracting specific Pokemon during the event window. Also, there will be an increased shiny odds on shiny Chatot, which from active lure modules, and yes, Chatot will be spawning globally. This is normally a regional Pokemon to, I believe, the Asia Pacific region, but now you can get it anywhere in the world, but only off lures. Those lure spawns, though, will be attracting Jigglypuff, Lotad, Kricketot, Chatot, as we mentioned, Audino, Noibat, and Popplio. And there will be event-exclusive field research tasks for Spinda, which, according to the blog post, you will be able to get all 8 patterns of Spinda, excluding the heart shape. So yes, you can shiny hunt the different patterns of Spinda. Okay, why do we want to play this event on the last day? Well, it's all because of one Pokemon, Audino. Audino gets you 2100 Stardust every time you catch it. That is the highest amount of catch stars you can get for catching a single Pokemon. However, it is difficult to catch, so using Golden Raspberries and Ultra Balls is going to be the best way to catch it. However, the reason on why you want to play this event on the last day, because July 22nd from 5 to 8 p.m. is going to be overlapping with the Ultra Unlock Steel and Scales event, which has the bonus of 4 times catch Stardust. Yes, we have the return of that bonus. So if you manage to catch an Audino during this event on 4 times Dust, you're going to get 8,400 Stardust, 10,500 if it's weather boosted, and on a star piece with weather boost, 15,750 Stardust per Audino you catch for catching one Pokemon. This is probably the best Stardust grind you could ever do during that little time frame by dropping lures and trying to catch Audinos on star pieces if you can. Also, Audino does have a Mega Form in Pokemon GO, so another reason on why you want to catch it. But that's not the only good Pokemon to catch, because there's a lot other things going on and a lot of other tips to make this event even better. So be sure to catch Jigglypuff spawning off the lures, because that evolves into Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is ranked 115 in the Great League. And Jigglypuff is getting its own spotlight hour July 22nd, 6 to 7 p.m. on the last day of this event, because that's when all the wild spawns will become Jigglypuff. Chatot, of course, is going to be a regional during the event. It's normally locked behind 10-kilometer eggs during the Sinnoh Tour, so this is really easy for you to get this dex entry and even get the shiny, which most likely the shiny will be a 1 in 128 shiny. Also, if you're in the southern hemisphere where Chatot spawns in the wild, consider doing routes, because routes have a higher chance to spawn in regional Pokemon, and Chatot does have a shiny boost, so if you want to get more checks for it, do routes in the southern hemisphere. Popplio is also appearing in the wild, which can evolve into Primarina with the moveset of Waterfall and Hydro Cannon, making it the number 12 water type attacker in Pokemon GO, and it's ranked 99 in the Open Master League. Now, of course, there's different types of lures in Pokemon GO, so I'm sure you guys are wondering, what is the best lure to use? Well, first of all, you have the pink lure modules, the basic lures, which will spawn a Pokemon every 3 minutes, so spawning a total of 20 Pokemon over the hour. You then have the special lure modules, the Mossy, Glacial, Magnetic, and Rainy lure modules, which will spawn a Pokemon every 90 seconds, so twice as quick. So for 1 hour, you'll get 40 spawns. However, the difference here is that the pink lures will attract Pokemon that can appear in the wild, seasonal spawns, and it will take spawns from the overall spawn pool. Meanwhile, the special lures will attract specific Pokemon on top of attracting Pokemon from the spawn pool. Mossy lures can attract Oddish, Bellsprout, Venonat, Tangela, Eevee, Sudowoodo, Hoppip, Yanma, Roselia, Cherubi, and Applin. Glacial will attract Jinx, Eevee, Totodile, Swinub, Snorunt, Mantine, Field, Piplup, Snover, and Oshawott. Magnetics can attract Pikachu, Alolan Geodude, Magnemite, Voltorb, Electrode, Jolteon, Nosepass, Aeron, Beldum, and Joltik, and Rainy lure modules can attract Psyduck, Spinarak, Chinchou, Surskit, Electrike, Joltik, Tympole, Tynamo, Stunfisk, and Froakie. Honestly, if you want the event spawns, go with the regular pink lures, because you're not going to be pulling spawns from the other spawn pool, and overall you'll get more spawns from the original spawn pool. However, if there's rare shinies you want to chase from any of that list I just mentioned, consider using a special lure module. For the first 2 days of this event as well, it overlaps with the Water Festival, which has the bonus of 2-hour Rainy lure modules. So if you want to get more out of your lure modules, consider using Rainy lures on those first 2 days. Now, a lot of great wild spawns during the event. So how do we grind candies and maximize the candies we're getting? Well, first of all, use Pineapple Berries, regular Pineapple Berries, multiply catch candy by 2, and silvers by 2.34. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon. When you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch that's the same type as that Mega, you get more candy XP and XL candy for that catch. In my opinion, during this event, I would Mega Evolve any normal type Mega to get as much Chatot candy as possible and Audino candy, because Chatot is rare and Audino does have the Mega. So either Mega Evolve a Mega Pidgeot, which will boost Jigglypuff, Chatot, and Audino and Noibat, or Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Lopunny, or Mega Audino. You can also trade away a Pokemon. Every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get 1 regular candy. If the distance where those 2 Pokemon were caught is between 10 and 100 kilometers, you'll get 2 regular candies and a 25% chance of an XL candy. And if it's over 100 kilometers, you're gonna get 3 candies and a guaranteed XL candy. So any Pokemon you catch during this event that you want more candies for example, Chatot's a great one, Audino's a great one, trade those away for distance caught Pokemon for more candies. You can tell the distance, by the way, right in between the trade button. It shows you how far that distance is. Also, during this event, Jigglypuff Spotlight Hour, as I mentioned before, is July 22nd, 6 to 7 p.m. and it comes with a bonus of 2 times transfer candy. So actually perfectly, on the last day of this event from 6 to 7 p.m., consider transferring some Pokemon to get 2 candies instead of 1, especially those things like Chatot, which are hard to get candies for. Now, I need 35 Platinum Medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should we work on during this event? As always, got to mention the type medals, especially things like the School Kid medal, catch 2,500 normal types. And by the way, completing these medals and getting them to Platinum does give you a catch bonus, making it easier to catch that type of Pokemon. Now, this medal is huge during the event. The Picnicker medal, use a lure module to help trainers catch 2,500 Pokemon. If you can be the person to drop lures in the busy spots, in the areas where everyone's just going to be chilling, hanging around the lures, the parks, all that stuff, people are catching Pokemon without lures, especially because it's a lure focused event. So you can literally do this whole medal probably during this event. Really good to do a meetup and then have people join your meetup, and then you drop the lures for the meetup. Now, the best way to play this event, of course, is going to be based on your location. Finding a spot with a lot of Pokestops that you can drop a bunch of lures on and either do a little loop or even just chill on a park bench is going to be the best way. This event is from 5 to 8 p.m. So I think Niantic has the idea that this event is more to be done maybe at a restaurant or at a mall after people are done playing whatever event they've played for the day and chilling and relaxing and just catching Pokemon off the lure. Especially because 8 p.m. it's going to get pretty dark in some areas around the world. You don't really want to be grinding around walking at night. Nonetheless, look for the area where there's a bunch of Pokestops and you can drop lures, as that's how you get the most out of this event. And one great way to do this is to host a lure party meetup. On Campfire, if you have a group, you can host a meetup and tell people, hey, come to this area. We're going to be dropping lures. This will attract other players to help you work on your Picnicker medal, but also maybe some players will be willing to contribute lures to this event and also socialize. Also great to offer the free-to-play players in your area a way to go ahead and play this event without spending money. I'm sure if you're a community ambassador, you'll be hosting meetups, but even if you're not, consider doing a meetup for your local area. Now, there is one thing you can take advantage of if you're a free-to-play player to get more out of your lures, and that's specifically on July 20th from 2 to 5 p.m. is Quaxley Community Day. And it comes with a bonus of 3-hour lures, and that activates for all lures except golden lures. So if at 4:59 or even like 4:55 or like right before the community day is about to end, if you go ahead and drop lures, the bonus will be active, meaning you would have lures until 7:59 or whatever, because it's going to be 3 hours from when you start it. So on that day, you can use 1 lure instead of 3 if you just activate the lures right before Quaxley Community Day is done and then play the rest of that event. Watch the other 2 videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you're going to be playing this event or not. I think this is a little fun event, but it does suck that they're not giving out any free lures. And follow for more tips. Peace.